So what if the race to build artificial general intelligence, what if it isn't just about technology? What if it's all part of a much grander master plan for the evolution of human consciousness itself? Okay, let's dive into a pretty radical new theory that connects some of the biggest names in tech to a future you have probably never imagined. That right there, that's the vision from Demis Hassabis, the head of all of Google's AI. He sees a future of just boundless discovery, a new renaissance, all powered by artificial intelligence. I mean, it's an incredibly optimistic and really powerful vision for what technology can do. And yet, that grand vision immediately smacks right into one of the oldest, most profound questions we've ever asked ourselves. Can a machine, no matter how intelligent, ever truly experience the world? Can it have an inner life? This one question, it's the central dilemma of the entire AI revolution. To really get our heads around this, we first have to look at the mainstream scientific path, right? This relentless push towards a future that's defined by superintelligence. And really, that story starts with one person. Demis Hassabis isn't just a CEO. He's more like a modern-day architect of reality. His life's mission is elegantly simple and, at the same time, just breathtakingly ambitious. First, you solve the puzzle of intelligence itself, and then you use that key to unlock every other problem facing humanity, from disease to energy, you name it. And look, this isn't just talk. Hassabis' team at DeepMind has already done what seemed impossible. They built an AI called AlphaFold, and it solved the protein folding problem, a biological mystery that had stumped scientists for half a century. Understanding how proteins fold, that's fundamental to understanding life and disease. It's a huge deal. The sheer scale of this is just staggering. After solving the problem, AlphaFold went on to predict the structure of over 200 million proteins known to science. And in a move that really defines Hassabis' whole mission, they made this entire database available for free to every single researcher on Earth. And this brings us to the ultimate goal of this whole scientific path. For Hassabis, solving problems like protein folding isn't the end, it's just the beginning. It's about creating a future of radical abundance, a world totally free from our current physical limitations, where humanity can finally actually reach for the stars. But as this technological rocket ship just soars, a really powerful and profound counterargument is gaining ground. It questions the very foundation of this vision, suggesting that no matter how smart our machines get, they're missing an absolutely key ingredient for true consciousness. And this right here, this illustrates the heart of the dilemma perfectly. The argument is that AI, running on silicon chips and classical computation, can only ever simulate experience. Human consciousness, on the other hand, is believed by some to come from a completely different place, a quantum biological system. This idea suggests our biology might operate on the strange rules of quantum physics, allowing for a deeper state, and that it has something AI doesn't, qualia. So what on earth is qualia? Well, it's the raw, subjective feeling of existence. An AI can process the wavelength of the color red, identify it, it can even write you a poem about it, but qualia is the actual internal first-person experience of seeing red. It's the feeling of warmth from the sun on your skin, the actual taste of a strawberry. It's the what it is like to be you. This perspective argues that human consciousness is just fundamentally different and unreplicable because it has a non-material, or you could say spiritual component. It suggests that our bodies are more than just biological machines. They're quantum systems designed to host a spirit, which would make our consciousness something that you just can't manufacture. Okay, so we've got these two powerful and seemingly totally opposing views. One is the path of limitless technological progress. The other is a biological and spiritual barrier that seems unbreachable. But what if they aren't opposing at all? What if they are actually two pieces of a much larger puzzle, all pointing towards some kind of hidden, unified plan? And this is where we get to the Golden Triangle theory. It proposes that three key players are working on different sides of the exact same mission. You have Demis Hassabis, focused on the scientific key, using AI to crack nature's code. Then you have Elon Musk building the technological key, the hardware to directly interface humans with AI. And then there's a third group, a spiritual organization the source material calls the UUCGA, focused on the biological key, activating the quantum computer we already have inside of us. So how do these three, apparently separate paths all converge? Let's take a look at their single, pretty astonishing objective. According to the theory, the underlying mission that unites all three paths is nothing less than escaping the matrix. Whether you call it breaking the limits of our biology or our planet or our very perception of reality, the goal is the same: liberation from our current constraints. What's so fascinating is how this single goal is framed in three totally different languages. For Hassabis, it's achieving artificial general intelligence. For Musk, it's making sure consciousness survives by making it multiplanetary. And for the UUCGA, it's reaching a state of spiritual enlightenment known as Christ consciousness, a term they use to describe a state of universal, unified awareness. Now, the whole Golden Triangle theory really rests on this one fascinating and kind of provocative idea that the missing link in this whole grand technological and spiritual revolution isn't silicon, but something deeply, deeply biological. The theory points to a specific molecule, DMT, as a potential key, and not as a synthetic drug, but as a chemical that's already inside our bodies, which is theorized to act as a natural gateway during the most profound shifts in human consciousness. The theory suggests that this molecule is naturally released at the most pivotal transition points of our existence: birth, the deepest states of dreamless sleep or meditation, near-death experiences, and finally, at the moment of death. It's like at each of these thresholds, it acts as a chemical key, opening a door in our consciousness. And this powerful idea frames DMT not just as a substance, but as the biological key, the one that complements the technological and scientific keys being built by Musk and Hassabis. It's the key to heaven that, according to the theory, is already part of our biological design. So, and this is the crucial point, the third side of the triangle offers a path to consciously access these higher states. It proposes that specific meditative practices, which it calls SNS meditation, are a kind of biological hack, a way to learn how to turn this internal chemical key on command, unlocking our own quantum potential, without needing any external tech at all. And that leaves us with a final, really provocative thought. Are we watching a race between technology and spirituality, or are they just two different languages describing the same fundamental drive? A coordinated push from both the outside in and the inside out, towards the next stage of our evolution. The choice, it seems, is which key you decide to use.